There's so much going on, first of all, right? As you would have just witnessed from a SAP Business Network perspective, I think the first point I'd like to highlight is just the size of the network now. Mohammed had a slide up on screen that showed you how big the network has become now. $4.9 trillion of spend is being managed across the network on an annual basis, not cumulative. This is what we do every year, and that number is generally only going up. And there was another couple of stats on there. 14% growth in transaction relationships. That's buyers finding suppliers on the network and starting to transact. 14% growth is huge. So the size of the network, first of all, and the rate of growth is fantastic. Then from the innovation perspective, you heard the mention of Gen AI. Big focus for SAP overall. Big focus for Intelligent Spend and Business Network, which is the division we're part of. And then if we just look at the SAP Business Network unit that I represent here, I think they showed 3 or 4 scenarios up on screen where Gen AI is going to be utilized, and certainly you'll see the demos of those tomorrow. So that's super exciting to see this topic being applied to a business context. Of course, you see and hear all about Gen AI with putting this person's head on this person's body on the internet, whatever it might be. But great to see a real business context of Gen AI being brought to life. So that was also great. The other thing is the innovations and enhancements we're doing around supplier onboarding. So of course, a network can only be a network when you've got both buyers and suppliers. We have millions and millions of suppliers on the network, and that only continues to grow. And so how we've now streamlined that whole supplier onboarding process to make it simpler and faster for buyers to feel like they've got more control of that, customizing the invitations that go out and so on. That's a great step in the evolution of the products as well. Yeah, but of course you need them to be fully aware. It doesn't mean to say that a customer can always adopt and consume some of those capabilities. That's both a blessing and a curse, I guess, with cloud software, right? And that every quarter there's an update to the software that generally involves a bunch of new features that the customers can take advantage of. But of course, any company can only adopt those capabilities if they're able to go through the appropriate change management process. Sometimes that's very, very simple. Sometimes that might require rewriting training materials and changes to your ERP landscape, etc. So we certainly market all of these capabilities to our customers and try to give them solid kind of tangible proof points as to how this is going to give them additional benefits, right? What's the value outcome you're going to derive as a result of this new capability that you've now got access to? And then it's really up to them to figure out which ones they want to adopt and when. It takes a village. I think Mohammed also put out some stats around the number of people, just the number of engineers involved in this part of the business, let alone everybody else around the engineering process that it takes to bring a solution to life and take a solution to market. So very, very proud of what we're doing. But the other element that kind of lights me up is people are getting it. All right. As a brand, we only introduced SAP Business Network just under 2 years ago now. Some people will be familiar with the Ariba network that's 20 years old, right? But SAP Business Network is not the Ariba network, it's more than that. It started with the Ariba network, focused on indirect procurement, but now we've covered so many more process areas across supply chain and logistics and asset management, contingent workforce management, and even cash flow management. And it covers so much more. And people are now getting that this is really a B2B collaboration platform that can really digitize, a whole range of different processes. Some stem inside the ERP, some stem in other buying applications like our Buying 360 solution, for example. But it can ultimately help them achieve so much more operational efficiency, drive down costs, improve their own customer satisfaction, improve relationships with their trading partners, so much more, and ultimately give them greater visibility and insight into what's going on across their supply chain. Some of the investments we've made around sustainability, SAP has a big focus as a company on sustainability, and we've got a lot of exciting things coming out there now on SAP Business Network. Again, it's great to see the interest in the room when we put up a slide that kind of talks to some of these points, and as you say, for people to get their phones out and start taking pictures, you know that this is something that's going to be a big hit for those customers. The new capabilities we've already released in early access mode. So we've had a handful of customers testing some of these Gen AI capabilities out, and the feedback is absolutely fantastic as to how much more efficient it's making a particular process, how much more value it's adding to them as a team inside the company, as a spend management or supply chain team. And that's exactly what you want to hear. You know, we're building these types of capabilities for our customers to derive even greater value from them. And that's the message we're getting back already. So going to be even better to see more customers adopting those capabilities.